My neighbors want to decipher my text. Are they being too much? So I'm going to make a longish story shorter. I 27F and my neighbors both FH unknown 20s or 30s. We have been living on the same property for 1 year and 2 months. I am the main floor tenant responsible for taking care of the yard. The upper tenants have equal rights to the garden. They planted a few flowers last year and I cleaned it up. We had no issues last year. This year I cleaned the garden up by removing the weeds and pruning the plants that were a part of the garden prior to us moving in. I put in a few flowers to fill in the gaps from the weeds. I received a message from the upper tenant saying they were upset about me cleaning the garden up and adding the flowers without their consent. I didn't see the big issue and was willing to make changes to make them happy. For example, remove any plants or buy anything they felt I may have removed. Instead they decided to split the garden in half. Removed the plants on their half and redid it. I removed the plant I disliked on my side. The first day the text conversation I was apologetic regarding crossing the line and offered ways to make amends such as buy the plants. I had already messed up. How can I fix this? The second day they offered to split the garden but put little phrases in the text such as that way you don't accidentally remove someone plant in the text. And a few others along the same line. I had already apologized multiple times and offered to buy said plant they felt I removed. I don't need the added comments definitely because they never addressed the solutions I offered. They wanted me to clear the air. Except I work nights at a psych ward and am exhausted when I get home. I have had already agreed to a few commitments throughout the week and am leaving town Friday night. I mentioned I don't have time but gave a few options because they were persistent. I was forced to work into the next shift after a long night, but last minute someone offered to take the shift. I let the upper tenants know I had a small window this AM. But I am normally heading to bed at that time and still had commitments that evening and worked. They waited for me outside and we kind of hashed out how we all felt. I felt the text came across wrong when I only intended to help out. I already apologized multiple times so I didn't feel the need to apologize again. They wanted to reread all of the messages to decipher the tone of each message. To be clear, the first day my tone was apologetic and how can I fix this? The second day their messages rubbed me the wrong way and I was done with this. So the tone wasn't nice but I wasn't rude. They informed me they both sat down together and crafted each message carefully to make sure it didn't come across mean. They want to go through the tone of my messages. In my head I said no, you got the tone right. I was upset. I'm human and I let my emotions control my thumbs. However, I don't know how to move forward. I will not be rereading my text with my neighbors because I will be leaving town. The upper tenant made it clear they needed to understand my tone. Do I send the message? Listen, the last few days we all have misinterpreted each other's messages at some point. I will admit some of my messages I let my emotions control my thumb because I was upset. I am human and don't pretend to be perfect. I am sorry if I hurt either one of you at any point and hope we can move forward from this. My plans have changed again and I will be leaving Friday as I originally planned. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel for watching more interesting videos.